Salutations! This is Jay Moyes from over at fetishartist.net, and got some things I want to talk about. Coming up in a few weeks is going to be Mistress Cyan's toy drive, food drive, and slave auction, which, if you're vanilla and you're hearing this for the first time, it's not as creepy as it sounds. It's kind of like a bachelor auction where people put themselves up. In this case, instead of money, there's dungeon cash or whatever you want to call it. And when you bring in food or, canned goods, dry goods, or a brand new toy, you get X amount of play money to play with, and you get to bid on somebody volunteering themselves for the night. I was there for the Thanksgiving food drive last week. Not only did I have a great time, but also really surprised me. I thought I was going to see people bringing in like bags of food. People were coming in with hand trucks full of food. Mr. Cyan raised over $5,000 worth of food and donations for the homeless, and that's going to homeless shelters through, I believe it's the MCC Church over in North Hollywood, and we're gearing up for the Christmas one. It's going to be Friday, December 8th at Sanctuary LAX. I'll have links down below, and hope you can make it. Next, I want to talk about New Profanity, one of my favorite galleries. Really great people there. Natasha is pro-feminist, but also very much in support of our pro-doms and our femdom community. And she has a new group show called Inner Peace, and I have a piece that's going in the show. I believe they're going to start hanging that at the end of this week, and we should see like an opening party or opening show relatively soon. Check them out. Best view is to check this stuff out at New Profanity on Instagram. I'll have a link down below. If you're an artist in the Los Angeles area, Southern California area, I just started catching word of this last year, and this is something that if you haven't heard of this yet, you want a piece of this. I caught the last day of DesignerCon over in Pasadena, and last year people were like, so when are you going to DesignerCon? When are you showing it at DesignerCon? And I'm like, what is a DesignerCon? This is the first I've really heard about it. And I started getting little hints here and there. Wasn't quite sure what it was going to be. I came in Sunday at 3 o'clock. The event closes at 5. There was still a line. This thing is essentially becoming like Comic-Con without the mainstream video crowd. A lot of artists, a lot of things like stickers, prints, consumables, toys that people at large can enjoy. This thing was huge, and it's going to be even larger next year. They're actually moving it to the Anaheim Convention Center. Like I said, if you're an artist, if you're doing stickers, if you're doing t-shirts, I highly suggest you check this out. I'm going to see if I can get in next year. No promises, because this thing is getting bigger. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost for me to get in and do a table. We did get lucky in that a number of friends of mine were actually splitting tables and sharing tables, so I may have a chance on that. So I want to finish up with a thing on the bunker here in Porn Valley. A while back during the Canoga Park and Reseda art walks, there was this thing coming around for an art show at a bar in Reseda called The Bunker. And just a little bit ago, they did a art show called Radiance Cubed, and it's a glow-in-the-dark art show. And I came in for the opening show, and so I go up and I ask the bartender, it's like, hey, so who do I talk to about this show? He goes, you talk to me. And it turns out his name is Jedge, I believe it is, G-E-G. and incredibly nice guy. And he looks at me and is like, "Yeah, you're Jay, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're doing an erotica show with Reseda Renaissance in February, and we want to do some fetish stuff in that." It's like, "Are you in?" Yeah, count definitely. Keep me abreast. I want in. I want a piece of this. Absolutely. I really like the place, because it is a good hub for lowbrow. We were talking shop. He keeps his pieces up for about 6 months, which, given gallery turnaround, it's like typical for a gallery. Your piece is probably going to be up in a gallery between 2 weeks to a month, give or take. Because he does his stuff for about 6 months, a lot of stuff does turn over. A lot of stuff does sell from what he's been talking about. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'll keep you abreast as to what's going on. Radiance Cube is still on display over at the bunker. It's on Lindley. I'll provide an address and links down below. And that's not even fetish. That's just the locals doing what the locals do. It's good stuff. I recommend checking it out, going over and having a drink as well. And thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. And hopefully there'll be more of these to come. Broadcasting from the salon here in the living room. I've added blackout curtains in the bedroom, so it's a little harder to shoot. Probably got some sound issues here, but we'll see how it goes. Once again, thanks for watching.
Oh. Say bye.